Hello again, watch friends. Welcome back to Watch Thoughts, a periodic but not regularly scheduled video on some watch-related things I find interesting or just want to share. Hopefully, you'll enjoy riding shotgun on my journey as I learn horological tidbits as a watch collector. Who gets to play? That's the question for today. Play in the sense that some brands have been around for decades, if not centuries, while others are recent additions to an already crowded, competitive field. When one thinks of a new or newish brands, micro brands immediately come to mind. It doesn't take much experience, talent, or capital to throw together some off-the-shelf parts, case, cheap movement, standard dial, and produce a watch selling for a couple $100. Usually, at least for me anyway, these are unappealing and are neither horologically nor visually interesting nor significant. For the majors, which are now for the most part conglomerates, with very few exceptions, that have multiple brands in their quiver, they can, and do, introduce new models every year, attempting to attract both seasoned and new watch enthusiasts. Sometimes their new pieces are a hit, such as the Jaeger-LeCoultre Polaris Memovox, or the A. Lange & Söhne Triple Split. And sometimes they're a miss. And they always get the attention at the big watch shows each year. Probably the most interesting newish brands are those that have quality pieces, having good or even great movements, wonderful dials both in design and execution, and attention to detail and manufacturing expertise to rival the best in class. Sometimes these are reintroductions of historic brands, such as Chapek and H. Moser & C. have done. Many of these particular brands are no more than a couple decades old in their current incarnation. However, their quality speaks for themselves. What started me thinking about this whole notion of who gets to play, or maybe better put, who cares, was the announcement that Leica, the venerable camera and optics company, has recently decided to produce watches. My first reaction was, really? Leica, along with Zeiss, are and have been for many decades the top manufacturers of premium optics, camera lenses, optical instruments, binoculars, etc. Leica still makes mechanical film cameras, and in the last 10 or 15 years or so, digital SLRs and rangefinders. There's a certain amount of synergy to be had with such a move. For example, the micromechanics expertise of their cameras may easily translate to their watches. But they're entering a particularly crowded market, with expensive watches, no pedigree, and no assurance they'll be still in business 5 or even 10 years from now. Leica introduced two hand-wind models, the L1 and L2. The movement is built by Lehmann Schramberg, with finishing and assembly done in-house by Leica. Both models are 41 millimeters in diameter and 14 millimeters thick. Not large, but a tad thick. The L1 is a small second state model, and the L2 adds a GMT function, really a day-night indicator. The familiar Leica font is used for the marquee under 12 o'clock, and below that, as is done on many German watches, is displayed the location of the brand, here being Wetzlar. They are available in either Leica red or black, and both have a pusher at 2 o'clock to set the date. The dial has indications for power reserve at 9 o'clock, and at right center, an interesting indicator for mode, running/winding, or time setting. Personally, I like the black version better, since it's more evocative of the mechanical Leica M3 rangefinder I had years ago, and it seems truer to the Leica gestalt. Pricing is $10,900 and $16,500, respectively. Leica no doubt has the precision mechanical cred and is branching out from their core products. Whether the new watches will be successful or remain a niche item remains to be seen. So, who makes the rules and who gets to play? Ultimately, we do, the customers. A brand lives or dies on their sales, and if there's a market and the product is right, the customers will come. If you enjoyed this brief watch thought, please consider subscribing. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button to be alerted of future content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next Watch Thoughts.